One person, of course, who there's going to be some focus on at Waitangi this year is the leader of the ACT Party, David Seymour, who has started and sparked a national debate on the place of the Treaty of Waitangi in contemporary New Zealand. That first, the need for that debate was denied by people like the Māori Party and the sickly woke white liberals of New Zealand. Now it seems the game is entirely afoot. He's going to Waitangi, and he's in fact, I think, in the region right now. We are joined now live by David Seymour, the ACT Party leader. David, welcome to the program. Thank you for joining us.
No worries, Sean. Good morning.
You're a little bit, you're in a good reception area. You're a little bit fuzzy.
Well, I'm in the reception area I'm in, so
okay, we got to that's a bit better. Look, first up, can we get your response to this idea from the Māori Party that a commissioner, a Waitangi commissioner, get appointed who can overturn Parliament's wishes and the government of the day?
Well, it's easy to talk about what it means for Parliament or politics, but I'd rather talk about what it means for ordinary people, is that you no longer have a say, because yes, you could elect a parliamentarian to speak for you and vote on laws and be represented, but that can be overturned by this other person who has the right to strike down their ideas and therefore yours. And of course, that person has to be Maori. That's what has been reported in the Herald so far. And if you think about it, this is A, anti-democratic, but B, this idea that you have to be a Maori person to understand is quite an extraordinary thing. They don't want democracy, they don't want equal rights, but they do believe in the inherent supremacy of a race of people. And, I don't want to start going through the I guess, political movements of the past that have subscribed to that view, but they're certainly not the sorts of movements that we want in New Zealand.
All right. And obviously not a deal you would do with them. I guess we need to hear from the Labour Party now if it's a deal that they'd do with them.
Well, and the Greens, the Greens in the past have been a party that have had the most admirable commitment to liberal democratic ideals of nearly any party, and yet that seems to have been really forgotten in the last 10 years. I remember when I think it was David Clendon and another guy actually quit the party over Materia Ture's benefit forward scandal. Back in those days, there was a commitment in the Greens to basically liberal democracy. So, it's not just Labour. For the two of them, they've got to be really clear. If they were to get into power, would they take steps that disenfranchise or reduce the ability of ordinary New Zealanders to vote and elect a parliament? Because if they're going to do that, I'm out.
Yeah.
Of the country.
Okay. You'd leave the country if that happened, do you say?
Well, I think a lot of people would, if that was able to happen, if three political parties won a majority of the vote on the grounds of retreating from liberal democracy, I think a lot of people would have to decide, proud that my ancestors came here, may have been a good choice for them at the time, but is this really where I want to be long term? And I think a lot of people would start making that call.
Mm. All right, you are going to Waitangi today. There's all this protocol and all these events that go around actual Waitangi Day. And you are going to speak today at Waitangi?
Well, I have a speech, and I'm going to take the precaution of releasing it first, just in case anything happens. Look, I expect to speak. I always have in the past. Whether or not I'll be able to, or people will just be so disruptive that there won't be a lot of point to it, I don't know, but certainly my message will be about how do we create equal opportunity for every kid in this country. I'm not sure that many of the leadership in the Maori world who've spent the last 6 months, talking about me and my bill, have kept their eye on that goal.
The Dominion Post this morning's got a piece about how you can expect a rough ride, and it's got a whole lot of unelected people like Tuku Morgan mouthing off on you pretty seriously.
Well, that he had a good chance, and I know he was in Parliament. I don't have a clue what he ever did. But hey, look, if clinging to attention at this late point in his life helps him out, then I don't begrudge him that.
I'm kind of slightly reluctant to bring this up, but I'm going to. How safe do you feel at Waitangi?
Oh, very safe for a couple of reasons. One is that there's always a lot more drama than people, beforehand than actually occurs, or a lot more circulation of drama than you actually get. Second of all, we've got pretty good protection. The New Zealand Police and Diplomatic Protection Squad
has your diplomatic
job,
protection, your security been beefed up in the last wee while?
Well, I never go into the details of it, but there'll be an operation to make sure that all the MPs and ministers here are, protected from any crazies that come out of the woodwork. The other thing is that the Waitangi National Trust Board, a lot of people don't realise this. It's not a government thing; it's a private trust. And the people that actually control the grounds and host the ceremony do really try to make sure that it works. And I think that's why usually there's lots of hype beforehand, but for the most part, it goes a lot better than expected. And then, of course, the media, focus on the 10 idiots of the day, and that gets the perception back to what people expected in the first place.
Yeah. After you've been at Waitangi, I understand you're going down to Auckland, to open a charter school tomorrow or something, or the day after or something?
Yeah, well, that's how I'm actually spending Waitangi Day, is at the opening Tipune, which is the old St. Stephen's, if you know South Auckland. You can see the big building as you go down the motorway over the Bombay Hills. A group of people have decided to come together and apply to reopen a charter school on those grounds, and I think it's going to be a fantastic initiative. It's a state school that you can board at. The state school is free. The boarding is paid by the parents, just like quite a lot of state schools with boarding houses around the country. And I think it's very exciting. There's a bunch of people who really want that kind of education. They want it done well, and we're providing it for them. So there's all the people that protest about me and my bill, and then there's the people that want the education that we're offering.